Hi everyone, welcome to the Mind Blown Zone, episode 51. This one is called The Announcement of idealcontent.io. I'm here with Brad. How you doing, Brad?
Never better as usual. How about yourself?
Never better. Never better.
As usual.
Why would I want to be any other way, right?
It's a good question.
All right. So, in this podcast, I am going to reveal and demonstrate my new web application called Ideal, which is hosted at idealcontent.io. And the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to show Brad, and he's going to have like a real-time reaction to it. He's seen it before during development, but not in its like final form, and he doesn't have a complete understanding of what it is yet. So his reaction is going to be fairly authentic. Would you say, Brad?
Oh, absolutely. Totally authentic. Very organic. I mean, I have just a vague understanding, so this should be interesting. I'm looking forward to it.
Okay, so just to give a general idea of what this application is, it is ultimately, I would say, intended to be a competitor and overthrower of YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. Sound good?
Sounds fantastic. I'm looking forward to it.
Something we'd all like, right?
Lay it on us. Yeah.
Get ready. You can determine for yourself whether you think this has got the legs to do that task.
All right, let's go. Do it.
All right. So I'm going to start by just showing you what it looks like on desktop and what it looks like on mobile. All right. So which one's this? Okay. So this is what it looks like on desktop. It kind of looks like a bit like YouTube, I would say. And this is what it looks like on mobile, right? So this is like, it kind of looks like TikTok and Instagram and YouTube Shorts, all right? All right. So what are your questions so far?
No, I mean it's smart to model it after industry standard UI development and so forth. So those look perfect to me.
Sure.
Don't break something that doesn't already work, right?
Kind of like that. I'm not a very good designer. I'm more of an architect and coder, developer, engineer. Design's my weak point, so I don't really have the brain for coming up with something innovative in terms of design. But
Even better.
let's take a closer look, right? So I think we should start with the mobile version because this is quite technically impressive. All right, so I'm going to go over to this. So let's load it up from scratch, right? I'll go enter. So as you saw, very fast loading. Video starts playing auto-played on Android and other things like Windows phones and stuff like that. And on iPhone, which I'm not using right now, it has the first frame is paused and you have to click play. That's just different policies, right? So you can see here it says tap to enable sound. You just go like that and it starts making sound. It's got a really nice mute button down the bottom here so you can turn sound on and off. You know, everything I'm showing you now, it's just the basics, right? It's no innovation yet, just demonstrating that it works really nice, right? I got a really nice button down here, which is control visibility. Ready for this one? Boom.
Hit me.
Like that?
I do.
Yeah, because a lot of the complaints people have with the big tech platforms is that they're just a cluttered mess with like lots of engagement tools and data harvesting things all over the place and just trying to get you to watch more, click this, click that. And people just want to have a nice, clean, enjoyable experience when they watch, right?
Very
so you can
good.
just turn it on and off just like that. Really nice. Yeah.
Got it.
The description is pretty cool. You give it a tap and it kind of like slowly expands up. Well, not slow, it's responsive, but it's smoothly. And then you can kind of drag it like that really nicely. Doesn't interfere with the app at all. Right? A lot of people tell me that when they use TikTok, they're trying to like move the description and read stuff and move the progress bar and stuff like that, and then it just accidentally swipes, right? And that's because
Yep.
those platforms don't care that you're watching a specific video. They just care that you're watching a video, right?
Right.
Same with this one. It really grabs to your finger, right? I'm using a mouse here but if you did this with your finger, it just really grabs, right? Doesn't interfere with anything, doesn't cause any swipes, okay? Shows
Perfect.
you the time,
Yeah.
and then you just pop it
Smart.
off exactly where you want. Boom. All right? And it's paused.
Excellent.
It would start playing, right?
Excellent. That's good. Good coverage of some of the real basic stuff, right? Just like user friendliness and clean interface isn't what
Yep.
all people think about a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. Just some other things up here. You got, settings. You can click full screen mode, and you can choose your speed. I know Brad loves to watch things on 2x, so this was actually a gift for him. And you just turn that on, and that's simple as that, right? Then you just got the ideal thing up here. You can log out or go to the dashboard, or if you're not logged in, you can get ideal at that point, right? So up until now, just basic player. Of course, you got all the nice swipes. Ready? Really nice swipe, yeah? You just swipe, bang, plays. Boom.
Right.
Fast,
Got
right?
it. Yeah, very
Oof.
fast.
Yeah. And this is kind of like, I'll swipe again, and I'm back to the beginning here, right? So it was like a Pac-Man world map. You go down to the bottom, and then it's back to the top again, right?
Got it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Neat.
all your good features, I would say even at this point, like just me covering the basic features, I personally think that it's a neater, more elegant, more user-friendly interface than Instagram and TikTok and YouTube. I think you'd be hard-pressed. I don't know whether you use these platforms, Brad, but I think anyone would be pretty hard-pressed to disagree with that. Do you have any idea?
I have vague familiarity with them all. I think the question, you're probably going to get here. I don't want to throw you off your flow, but the question is, who's using this, right? Who's going to use this product, how and why?
Okay, I'll get to that after I get to one more thing, okay?
Got it.
So one cool thing with this player is the commerce feature, like the primary commerce feature. There'll be more commerce features, but this is the primary one that I'm launching with. I think it's the best one. So on big tech platforms, they really discourage commerce, like your own commerce. They want it to be that you earn ad revenue from the advertising in a partnership with them, but you don't really do like your own commerce. And if you try to do like a video, like say you put up a video that's just like almost a sales video, like check out this new product I made, here's all the features and benefits, you should get it, click here to buy now. That wouldn't really fly on YouTube. Does that ring true to you, Brad?
Yes.
And why do you think that is?
Why can't you? Well, I mean, you can do that on YouTube, I think, but maybe not. Are there restrictions?
The reason you can't do it is you don't have like a clear buy button readily visible in your video. And so you can say to people, I'll click the link in the description, right? Which is clunky. You got to like open up, you got to click this thing that opens up the description and then click an actual URL, like an ugly link, not a button. And then they go over to your page. But, they're using YouTube. So they're kind of like leaving YouTube. And like what they were doing was YouTube. So they're kind of like, now they're on your website and they're like sad. It's not as good as YouTube. So they want to go back, right? And the second thing is that if you put out a video like that, it's not broad reach because it's not like entertaining. It's just for the only people who would be interested are like potential buyers. So it's like very narrow reach. So it doesn't work in the algorithm. Make sense?
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, I mean, obviously there's some restrictions to that. I didn't really think about the reasons why, but that makes perfect sense.
Okay. So this ideal, it's meant to be ideal for people using it, right? So you can do commerce on it, no worries, right? So every single video that you put up, you link a product to that video if you want. Like you link a product or a service or an event, basically an offer, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so when I click this button here, like this is a set of videos that's all about like introducing Ideal to people. And you see that it always has this button down the bottom that says how to get Ideal.
Got it.
You see it, yeah? So
Yep.
this basically links into, the offer realm of the app, outside of the content realm that's the front, right? So watch what
Right.
happens, right? I click it. Okay, now I'm on another video, right? And this video is more like like an offer related video. Like, I don't know if you're reading it, but like it basically says like, thanks for your interest in Ideal. Okay, now let me tell you how to get it, right? And you can see down the bottom, the new button now is Get Ideal Now, right? So
Perfect.
every single video that you put up, every single content video that you put up, you associate a product or service or some sort of action that you want your audience to take, and then you'll have a button at the bottom of the video where they click it, and then they can learn specifically about the offer, and if they want, they can take action. Like if I click this, that goes through to my actual buy page where they can choose like to actually spend money, right? To actually get Ideal. Okay. So this is fully commerce enabled from the get-go. No complications, no leaving the app or anything like that. It's just there. Make sense?
Makes sense. Perfect sense.
Now, watch how easy it is to get out of this, right? Either I click back to video and I'm simply back at the video, or I just swipe, right? And it's gone. Yeah, so that's completely gone. So that means that people can watch your content, and when they get like, a little bit persuaded or a little bit interested in taking action with you, they can click on your product button, take a look. If they're interested, they can get it. If they're not, they just swipe and they're watching your content again. Whereas usually when you do commerce from big tech platforms, like what happens is like, they come over to your website, they take a look, they might not be interested right now, and then they just leave, and that's it. That's the end, right? They're back to big tech platform where there's like a million competitors around. Yeah.
Right.
Okay. Okie dokie. So now that you understand the app itself, the big awesome thing about this app is that it embeds on any website in one line of code. Okie dokie. Does that make sense?
That's a big claim. Prove it to us, Matt.
Well, I'll show it to you, right? So let's say I go to the dashboard. Nice, elegant dashboard here. You've got your main features, right? Upload video, video management, product management, embed management. Okay, just your billing and affiliate stuff. So you go into, let's say you've uploaded your videos, right? You've linked a product to your videos. You go into embed management, right? It's a little bit embarrassing. Oh, it's the reason for that is I'm not actually logged in. Just let me This wouldn't normally happen, right? Just let me do a little tweak here. It's because I've recently uploaded a new version of the app, and I wasn't actually logged in, right?
Gotcha.
So let me just log in. Go to the admin panel. Okay, embed management, right? So go into main. Right? So this is what it kind of looks like, right? So here's all the videos where I'm like choosing what appears. And it's like my main container is what loaded up before. And I've got some videos that are set to appear on mobile and some videos that are set to appear on desktop, right? So you can have the same URL and a set of videos in that appear on mobile and a set of videos that appear on desktop, because like they're different formats and you might want to show different videos on different device sizes at the same URL. Make sense?
Yep.
Handy little feature. And
Indeed.
now something else you do is you authorize particular domains, right? And then you basically deploy it, right? And then it gives you embed code, right? So it's basically this single line of code here, right? One single div with a script, and that hooks up to the cloud, like at the edge, and just downloads the app in one single file and basically runs it. Okay?
You said downloads the app. You meant downloads the video in one single file, right?
No, no,
That what you
downloads
meant?
the app. Downloads the app, right?
Okay.
I'll go into
Okay.
that in a bit of detail in a second. Let me
Okay.
just check that this is all displaying. Yep. And also I've got here full page HTML. Like if you've got an empty page without a viewport or anything like that, like you need something that has HTML tags, right? So you just copy that, then you paste it on your website. And I'm gonna implement options for having a WordPress plugin, and there's other tools that people use, and I'm just gonna make it so that people can use whatever platform they use or just standard embed on their website, right?
Got it.
Okay. So the picture is forming, right? Like you're definitely not
Mm-hmm.
you definitely don't understand the whole thing or why this is useful yet. It seems like just like, well, what? You can put it on your website, so what, right?
Exactly.
Okay. Well, let me see if I can get really concrete here. Now I will bring in the idea of customers, right? So you asked before, like who is this for? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Yeah.
there's in
Why would I want to use it? That's my big question.
okay. So in the first round of customer acquisition, let's say there are two targets, right? Businesses and influencer type creator people who have an audience already. Is that clear?
Yep.
Okay.
Perfect.
So there's a separate set of reasons for each of those groups, okay? Someone in business, the reason why they would want to use it is A, they want to sell products and services, yeah? The standard way that they have of selling products and services now is they have to go to big tech, YouTube or Instagram or Twitter or TikTok or whatever like that. This big, big, um, I want to say cesspool of like competition where everybody's just like putting in videos, putting in videos, putting in videos, and the real winner is the platform itself. Right? The platform doesn't care about any individual success at all. The platform only cares that users watch the videos and give them a reason to show ads. And then the advertisers pay the platforms, and the platforms give out a share, which isn't even a good share. It's like 55% of the ad revenue, or I don't know, it's 45 or 55% of the ad revenue to the creator, right? So your only choice, and then what you're trying to do is you're hoping that you can, jump out and say to people, hey, do you have this problem, or do you have this specific need, or like you have a desire? I'm really good at solving your problem. Come over to my website and take a look. You're hoping you can do that, right? So that you can make a sale. That's the reality of it. Does that ring true to you that that's how it would be? I know you haven't specifically done that much, but does that
Yeah, I
seem
get it.
likely to you? Yeah.
Makes perfect sense.
Right. So that's terrible, right? It's absolutely awful because like you're basically competing not just with every single other competitor in your region or in the world, you're also competing with entertainment. So you're competing in this like attention marketplace where it's really rigged against you in that the platform itself isn't designed for you to win, right?
Yep.
What you obviously ultimately want is for people to be on your website watching your content with no other competitors around, right? So you want to let your target customers know about your website and the content that you have there and the products and services, and you want them to come over and you want them to have a good time learning, being entertained, whatever, just getting value one way or another on your website for a prolonged period of time, as long as it takes to really build trust, build credibility, get your message across, etc. Would you agree with that, Brett?
Yeah, absolutely. I follow along perfectly.
Okay. However, until now, how would you do that? How would you achieve that? How would you hold someone's attention on your website?
Well, it's like you shared earlier. They have to scroll into the description in YouTube, for example, and find the link that bounces you out of YouTube. That's the only way
Sure.
they get there, right?
And let's say they get there. How are you going to how are you going to keep them entertained so they don't want to just close your website and go back to watching Instagram or whatever?
Well, hopefully you've got a compelling, story there to tell, right? Whatever they're interested in. You've got content or videos that, inform them further on whatever it is they're curious about, right?
Hmm. Yeah. And you're definitely correct. The problem is the presentation, right?
Okay.
Like they're used to watching a premium video player where they like swipe through content. Like that's the most entertaining way to get content, right? Like you got a ton of content available. You can like click around, choose what you want. And businesses in the business world, if you go to their website, like a standard, forget even like cutting edge business who's like right at the top of tech. Like for example, our Mind Blown Zone website, we got at least a video platform there that looks kind of good, right?
Mm-hmm.
Don't think about that. That's like reasonably good, right? Think about like an accountant, right? Think about an accountant's website. It's going to be
Gotcha.
boring as hell, right? Like it's
Right.
going to be
Right.
so boring and have such bad tech on it that it's literally impossible to hold their attention, right? The only thing that can hold their people's attention these days for regular people is these really good premium video experiences like Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. And that's why these platforms are so popular, because the offer
Mm-hmm.
and the experience is so good. With me so far?
Mm-hmm. I'm with you.
Any challenges on anything I've said so far?
No, I get where you're going. Keep going.
Alrighty. So basically now, businesses, any business for extremely cheap, believe me, I tell you, the prices that I've got here, that I've organized here are cheap. Okay. I'm talking $1 gets you 15 hours of video delivery. All right. That's a lot. Okay. Like the video delivery that I have on my website right now, 7 videos, is only 15 minutes. Okay. So $1 for 15 hours, you're going to show your whole set of persuasive videos to so many people. It's going to be insane. Like you're going to be able to put your whole, like most convincing, most persuasive, most value offering set of videos front and center right in front of people on your website in a premium video experience for dirt cheap. Clear so far?
I think so. Yeah, keep going.
So any business can get this now. Like no, like businesses do not have to like participate in like sending customers to watch my video on big tech anymore, where my video is surrounded by competitors, right? They can say, hey, check out our videos on our website, right? And then their customers are going to go over to their website and be like, wow, like full on blown away by the premium quality of this embedded player on their website and enjoy it just as much as they enjoy videos on big tech platform. And you're actually like the business owner is actually going to have a chance to really get some value across to the prospect such that they may actually be able to make a sale. Is that clear?
Got it. That is. So can I throw a question in here?
Please do.
Since you threw in the extremely, extremely, extremely cheap things, let's just assume it's obviously it's a little different. But let's assume, X and TikTok and Instagram and Meta and YouTube all have a similar design on how they make their revenues, right? Showing
Sure.
ad revenue, trying to keep
Yep.
you there, all that kind of stuff. So they're all doing essentially the same thing. What
Yep.
is it? Why would you want to walk away from all that revenue that's clearly successful, and take and give someone so much more than they offer, and only take an extremely extremely small amount in the transaction? Explain that to me.
Sure. Okay. I would say, first of all, you're mixing two groups of customers, right? Because standard businesses don't have a following on social media, right? That
Got
earns
it.
ad revenue. Yeah. Like
Yeah, yeah.
regular businesses, like if you're, I don't mean to pick on accountants or anything like that, but I just think it's a good example. Like I'm like originally I'm a mathematician. Okay. I worked in corporate finance. I did accounting stuff too. Okay. So I'm not disparaging. I just think it's a really good example. If you're an accountant type person, you're not also good at doing high production video and entertaining people and building a good following on YouTube. Like same if you're like a dentist or a lawyer or like a standard practitioner or standard service offerer, right? Or like if you have a corner store, you're not also like a brilliant video maker and editor. Yeah.
Got it. Yeah.
Okay.
That makes sense.
So these people like that, standard businesses, they don't really have any ability to operate on YouTube at all, right? Mm-hmm. So this is empowering a group of people who literally have no option to offer good video at all, and they can just have it on their own website. So any customers or prospects that they have, they can just mention it to them. Like if they see people in real life, they can just hold out their phone and go, check this out, right? Like look at this awesome thing on my website. Take a look. It's got all these videos here. Take a look. Or if they got an existing customer email list or any sort of outreach at all, they can just let people know about it and come to their website and enjoy their video and enjoy videos there. Make sense?
Right. I think. I mean, so let's assume I am a law firm, right? And I make a few videos about our law firm, blah 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 blah, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I have to produce those. I work for Dewey, Cheatham and Howe as their videographer, and we make 10 videos. So my options are A.
Dewey, Cheatham and Howe. I was like, he said something there. Let me just process that. No, I work for Dewey, Cheatham and Howe.
That's a brilliant thing from the old car talk guys on PBS radio, NPR. Anyway, it's a great name, Dewey, Cheatham and Howe. So, all right, so we make our videos, and then our options right now are post them up on. We want to attract business, so we want to tell YouTube or Meta or whatever, you know, we want these videos to play for people in these 50 zip codes, blah 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 blah, and they can achieve that, right?
Good luck.
All right, so
that's it doesn't work that well.
But that's their only option today, right? They got to go to one of the big conglomerates and say, here's what we've done. So you're saying, here's another way. In other words, your customers don't have to go to YouTube or Meta or X and see the videos you've produced. You go straight to my website now. And it's all loads and looks beautiful and it's clean and it's clear, et cetera, right?
Yep, exactly. Yep.
But you're not going to do that for free. So you're going to want some money for video views or number of impressions or something, right? Or on click only, buy only. So how does that work?
Yeah, people just pay for the bandwidth. And as I said, it's $1 at the moment, it's $1 per 15 hours.
That's insanely cheap.
Yeah, it's super cheap. Yeah. I think I can do it cheaper than that in the future as well, but I'm keeping the price at that just in case there's any unforeseen circumstances. I don't want to start too low and then be like, oh crap, I have no margin. I have to make it more expensive.
$1 per month?
$1 per 15 hours of video delivery.
Okay, so that is bandwidth then. So after 15 hours of watching, then it's $1.
Yep. Yeah, because it's just 3 cents per gigabyte. That's what you're basically buying traffic at, 3 cents per gigabyte. And a gigabyte, you know, if you ever look at it, the size of a, you know, movie file or something like that, you know, a movie can be like 2 gigabytes and be really good quality, right? So 6 cents for a whole movie's length of streaming.
Got it. Okay, now I get it now. I see what you're saying. Keep going. Question answered.
Okay, so now that I've covered just like regular businesses who basically don't have a hope of competing on these big tech platforms and who have been totally disenfranchised by everyone in the world suddenly turning their attention to those platforms. And then they're like, but wait, I have good stuff too. What, you want to come check out my website? No? Nobody? Oh, okay. Now those people have something good to offer on their website. Okay, now let's think about influencers, right? So you asked the question before, why would someone give up their existing ad revenue to use this instead? Right? Is that your question?
Yes.
Okay. So 2 things. An existing portion of any reasonably successful influencer's audience is people who are willing to go to the next level with those people. Like, call those the like biggest fans. You know, people who like you, know and trust you so well that they would want to actually take part in a further offer that you have. Like, maybe it's like a course that you put out, maybe it's an event that you're putting on, you know, whatever. Like, influencers do a lot of things, but like there would be people that want to pay you money and do stuff with you. Would you agree with that?
Sure.
Okay. Well, the place to talk about those offers is not big tech. Because if you put out a video, like let's say you regularly put out videos that get 500,000 views, 1 million views or something like that. And then, but your videos are like entertainment, right? Because that's what does well on YouTube, right? Or just like, just you know, basic education or something like that. Because like, that's what works well on YouTube. But if you were to go and put out a video that's like, okay, guys, I'm working on something really big and I want you to take action now. Here's the features and the benefits. Well, what do you think happens to a video like that?
On YouTube.
YouTube, Instagram, TikTok.
1% of the people who watch it go down and click in the description to bounce to your website. The other 99% don't. I don't know. That's what I imagine.
Sure, but you're missing something, right? The problem is that it's not an entertaining video for most people, right? Like the way you actually get, you know, a large amount of people to view your videos isn't just like your subscribers see it. It's not just by having a large subscriber base and then all those subscribers see it. It's that the video is, the video basically, the way they do it, the way the algorithms work is they test the video on a certain portion of people, mostly from your audience, maybe some outside your audience, that they think is appropriate for the video, right? Based on your previous reputation, etc. And they just test how it goes. If it gets high response rate, like a lot of people watch it and they're able to show a lot of ads, then they'll expand it and show it to more people in a a wider radius, wider spectrum of people. And then they just keep expanding it, taking it more broad, further away from the very central target to more broad and less likely to enjoy. Right? Make sense?
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Okay. That's why you got to make your videos broad and entertaining to go viral, right? But if you put out a video that's like, "Hey guys, take part in my thing," well, it might do well for the very closest, smallest sphere of influence, but as it expands, people are not interested and they don't watch it, right? So you basically don't get views.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yep. So, therefore, what any influencer who has a large audience wants to do is basically just let their audience know that they have a second level of videos on their own website. And it's at www.mydomain.com/videos, right? And just slowly just let people know about that website and basically have a second tier, although it's actually kind of reverse. It's like a even higher tier audience that views videos on their website and watches their really personal, special stuff, where you're talking not just your regular content again, but you're talking about like projects that you're working on, big goals that you have, like ambitious investment opportunities and stuff like that. And the people that know, like, and trust you the best can just watch that stuff, flick through your content, have the exact same experience that I showed you, demonstrated before, and actually get involved. Make sense?
Yep, it does.
Yep. So basically any influencer who already has a big audience can get a second bump in their business by putting this on their website. Okay. So
I think, I'm just trying to think of all the different, so there's the small mom and pop joints that can't compete. There's the influencers on the other end of the spectrum, or there's the influencers who already reach a lot of eyeballs. Both can leverage this tool with minimal expense.
Yep. And I think even the corporations fit into this as well, because they have big lists as well, and they can just direct people to their website. Like, yeah, who's ever going to go and watch a corporation on a big tech platform? That seems really weird. But like a a corporation, established big, like Fortune 500 corporation, like just directly telling their customers, hey, we've got this, we made it just for you, check it out. I think that's something that would fly.
Right. So, all right. So differentiate now, because we're doing this with our website, right? You're hosting the videos on YouTube, and then you're putting them in a prettier interface on our website. People can embed YouTube videos, right? And so they could care less about the traffic they actually get on the YouTube platform, right? But they can host them on their website. Why is ideal content better than that?
Well, one single embedded YouTube video is still pretty ugly and not very, like, we're talking about embedding a complete Instagram like app on your website where people just go one flick of the finger and go to a new thing. Like one single embedded YouTube on a mobile device is just like some ugly thing that plays ads afterwards and puts other content for people to watch. I mean, it's pretty
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Like not appealing to have on your website.
Gotcha. All right, well, that makes sense. That's why theirs is free and yours you charge a little bit of money for the streaming for the bandwidth.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, like they're able to do it free because they have cast a spell on people to watch their platforms all the time and create ad revenue. And they have, all sorts of weird economies of scale and economies of incestuous corporation ownership, like the same corporations that pay for advertising on the platforms are owned, like those companies are owned by the same people who own YouTube, right? So it's like they're just paying themselves to put advertising, right? It's all weird sorts of economies they have to do it for free. But the point is, like, paying for this, it's not a big deal because you have commerce integration, right? You are going to make money with this easily. Like, you're going to make money in the way that you expect that you should make money, that you put out good content and tell people about your offers, and then your offers are right there, and people click them and buy them. Like, that's going to happen now. Like, that's literally how business is actually meant to be done, and how it would be done if there weren't these middlemen, big tech people who have just planted themselves right in between people offering services and products and customers. Yep.
Got it. All right. Now the picture is getting clearer for me. So, there was a time, and I didn't think this recently, but earlier, that I thought, well, how is Matt going to get people to come to his idealcontent.io website to find these videos? But now I understand. Now it's a clearer picture that you don't care about that at all. And I'm assuming there's little or no upfront cost as well, right? To sign up and get involved.
That's
they just
correct.
have to put a credit card or something in that's valid and isn't maxed out or whatever, so you can charge them at the end of the month or whatever for their bandwidth usage, right?
Yeah. I mean, I can show you that. I'll just enable this one. So we'll just go over to Get Ideal. So I got really innovative payment methods. You know how like software as a service companies have like these weird tiers and stuff, and the tiers have like different features and stuff, and you know that the people who pay for the higher tiers are getting a better deal than the people who pay for the lower tiers, and it's like, you know what I'm talking about, don't you?
Sure. Oh yeah, of course.
All right, we'll take a look at this, right? One price for everybody.
$5.
Okay. So it starts at $5, and that gets you 74 hours of 1080p streaming. And you just use this nice slider, right?
Okay.
And you can get as much as you want, up to 1,000. Never seen that?
Never seen it. You never showed it to
I
me.
know. I figured like a Web3 modern platform needs modern pricing, innovative pricing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I got this cool subscribe and save 15% with automatic monthly recharge, right? So you just click that, bang, you see that goes down by 15%, and that's it. So now you just click this and you'll make an account, and then you'll go through to the checkout. Done. Simple. So the whole buy
That is
page,
super simple.
because I'm expecting people have been sold already, is just that, and then just some reminders of the sales, and then just that again. That's it. That's all that's needed. Don't need more information than this.
If I buy $280 worth of streaming bandwidth for this month, is there any sort of if I don't use it all up, does it push into my next month, or does it reset somehow, or how does that work?
Credits never expire. There you go. Because I hate when credits expire. OpenAI, I had like $50 in their API service, and suddenly they just billed me $50, and I was like, why did they bill me? And it's like, oh, because my balance dropped below some cutoff, because they deleted $50 worth of credit that I hadn't used that I bought a year ago. So, okay. I mean, how awful is that? To just wait, you just deleted my credits. They're like, yeah, it just lasts a year. Like, why?
Yep. That's
all
one
right.
of the many little tricks. Got it. Okay, good. Now I understand it a lot better. Awesome.
Now I'm going to take it to the next level, right? Because everything you've seen so far is just the immediate
low level stuff.
Things that, yes, this is low level stuff, right?
Okay.
All right. Now imagine a business, right? I'm gonna go over to this website that I use a lot. This is one of my targets. I'm gonna get you leechess.org, and you're gonna love it. So, this is a friendly, non-business oriented website, right? It's just about playing chess. I tell you what, this website must have so much traffic, right? But, it's not a commerce oriented site, right? And it wouldn't be like, so the way I've explained it so far is you'd think like, okay, so the owner of leechess.org would put Ideal there and then put his own videos there and try to kind of like sell higher priced signups or something, or events or something like that, right? That's all you would think, yeah? Okay, well, what you can actually do with Ideal, in my mind, and not just yet, but it's simple to do in terms of the software engineering, is that a website like this that has a lot of traffic but might not want to make their own videos, they can host Ideal, and then it would be kind of like opened up to people to pay to put their videos there, right? So then instead of just 3 cents per gigabyte that you pay, as the base price to stream on your own website, well, you might pay 4.5 cents or something like that, an extra 1.5 cents to have your videos appear on leechess.org/videos. Yeah? So every website can very soon host Ideal and participate in this like almost like advertising platform that helps people get their content out in the right places, right? So rather than people just being restricted to the only place that I can put my content is on YouTube and hope that the algorithm picks it up, you will actually be able to pay to have your content like if you got play, puzzles, learn, watch, community, tools, donate, videos. Okay, so someone will click videos and then it'll just load up the Ideal app right there with all people who have put their content there. And the person who, hosts it, they'll be kind of like in charge of the quality of the content, such that not just anybody can show any content. It has to reach a certain level of premium, quality. Yeah, makes sense?
Sure. He gets to choose. The website owner gets to choose whether it goes up.
Yep, exactly. So what this lends itself to is basically now a decentralized video platform, right? That's the real magic, right? selling ideal to businesses and selling it to influencers and they use it individually, right? Okay, and I make some money. Yeah, that's wonderful. But like what I'm talking about now is a total revolution against centralized big tech video platforms such that every website in the world can host a platform as good as YouTube, TikTok, or Instagram on their own website and profit from it. And all the people who come there can also enjoy putting their videos there, paying a little dirt cheap amount of money and going into like this idealized algorithm that connects their content to the perfect people and has, you know, that commerce integration so that they can make products, make sales of products and, you know, services
Right.
easily, right?
Right. Yeah. Okay. I'm getting the big picture.
Yep. So, you know, just imagine features like a real-time algorithmic optimized bidding platform for advertising, you know, throw that in the mix, throw in a cryptocurrency so that we don't have to use the, you know, fiat, you know, establishment currencies. And we're talking total freedom of video platforms. And this could happen, you know, this will happen in 2026, right? Like the code I need to do for this, easy, right? So we're talking 2026 decentralized video platforms.
Considering how quickly you put this thing together, I believe it. Can I ask another question?
Please do.
Is there anything even remotely similar to this that's on the market? So it's not a big tech player, and so 99% of us haven't heard of it. And you know, what's their success or lack thereof been like, as far as you know?
I would love to hear of it if there is. I've seen people put videos up on YouTube like I'm announcing a competitor to YouTube or something like that, and I've looked at it and just been like, lame. But if someone wants to let me know about something that already exists like that, I'm happy to hear about it. But I personally haven't heard about anything close to this. And I think that the reason why I haven't heard anything about this, or that there probably I don't think so is anything like this, is because I made this app in a really advanced programming language that most people don't use. Most people for web development use JavaScript, and I made all this in Rust, and I compile it to WebAssembly. So what you're actually using is not traditional web architecture. You're using like an actual app that gets downloaded into the browser, and it's running an app. It's not like a list of JavaScript files and HTML files and CSS files that you navigate around between. It's literally an app running in the browser. And why does this matter? It's because like a really complicated platform like this, it's super complicated, by the way. Like trust me, like this broke my brain almost trying to get this out of my head. Some genius somewhere might be able to do it in JavaScript, but I tried it in JavaScript and it just fell apart. JavaScript is just chaos, and almost every good developer out there, their just default is JavaScript because that's what the corporations want. But this is Rust, so it's a technological advantage that I have over everybody else, I would say.
That's really interesting. So really what you're saying is there is no competitive landscape. You just created a new landscape. Yeah?
That's how it seems to me. Like there could be things I don't know about, but yeah.
Well, surely you looked around a little bit. So if you couldn't find anything with a cursory search, 99% of the people would never stumble into it either. Fair?
Yes. Yeah.
Wow.
And if I can add something else, it's like this application is not just it's not just that there's a technological moat around it. There's a philosophical moat around it, because this app is built on a philosophy of like private property, laissez-faire market,
Right.
and freedom, right? And liberation. And it's also built on profits being enough for the creator, but not absurdly unnecessary. Like, for example, Instagram, YouTube and stuff, like, they're worth like $2 trillion, right? Like, it's absurd. And the reason they have to make so much money, they have to charge so much and make so much money because they have so many shareholders to pay and so many, kickbacks that they got to pay and so many employees that they got to pay. But I created this whole thing myself, so I only got one life to support with this. So that's why I can offer really cheap rates. Okay, so that's one thing. That's one part of the philosophy. And the other thing is, like, these other corporations, they don't want to follow in these footsteps because it will crack their whole
business model. Right.
Yeah. It'll destroy their business model.
You stole my closing remarks there. You said most of it, but I was just going to say what you're doing here is you're leveling the playing field.
Yep. Well, you could say that I'm taking our power back, Brad.
Oh, goodness gracious. An even better way to say it. Well, hey, man, I really get it. I mean, I don't know if you got more to go here, but now I get it. You've never walked me through it for an hour. So now I totally understand what you're doing.
I would say, I'll tell you one more part of it, right? So, you're looking at just a video platform, but Ideal is not just a video platform. Ideal is, in my head, a laissez-faire marketplace.
Yeah. All right, Adam Smith. I get it. Yeah. I mean, that's what you're saying. You're saying is don't give all of your, unique content. Don't give 80% of the value to one of these giant tech companies if you can keep it all to yourself.
Well, let me tell you a bit more how it's a marketplace. So right now, it's just like videos are just, you purchase streaming from Matt, and the next thing I told you is like maybe you could purchase streaming or video delivery is the correct word, I think, from like a website, right? But where I'm going to take this is that you can actually purchase space from anybody, right? So you can purchase space on anybody's website, or you can find any creator or any creator's video and say, I want my content to appear near that. And you can put in an offer to that person, and the prices are calculated by an Ideal algorithm, right? And so now you've got peer-to-peer, real-time optimized bidding for videos. Yeah? Instead of the big tech overlords at YouTube determining what you see in your feed, creators themselves will participate in a peer-to-peer, laissez-faire market to determine what videos show where. Clear?
It is clear. I get tinglings of Enron. You may not know much about them when I hear that, but yeah, I mean, that almost sounds like some kind of like cryptocurrency level stuff that's going on in the background. But I get it.
There will be a crypto, yeah. The only way you could pull that off is with a crypto, because otherwise you'd have to make all these microtransactions, and right. Stripe. Well, the credit card companies, the reason they charge little bits of money and put also also a 30% fee is they really try to prevent you from doing microtransactions, right? Because if you could do microtransactions, you could create this kind of market. But with a cryptocurrency based on one like Solana, and my plan is to basically fork Solana and create my own cryptocurrency on top of their existing infrastructure called IDL. I'm going to call it IDL. I'll have really, really fast transactions for tiny price. so that would support that.
Got it. Yeah, I mean that's big thinking right there. That's a big idea. It sounds great.
There's still more. I got one more to tell you. This is the cherry on top, right?
Okay. But wait, so now there's more.
But wait, there's still more.
Ron Popeil. Go ahead, Ron.
we had an Australian guy that would do that. On Demtel. I used to love that. He's like, but wait, there's still more. Like, holy crap, there's more? No, there is more. Okay, here's the cherry on top, right? Okay, so I described a marketplace, a laissez-faire marketplace for how it would work for videos. Okay, but at the same time, when that's done, the infrastructure and algorithms also exist for me to sub out videos and replace it with any product, any service by anyone worldwide. Okay, so you got a laissez-faire market of everyone's offerings with no big tech or establishment currency intervention. Boom. You like that?
Bam. You're going to be a zillionaire before you know it, kid. Oh, it sounds great.
Well, I don't need $1 zillion, but I do need to do need to defeat big tech. That's what we want to do.
All right, just a tiny little thing. Yeah, man, that's pretty exciting. I get it. That you did a real good job of treating me gently with all my misunderstandings. But now the picture is clear. Now I got it. Well done.
Great.
I think the only problem now is marketing and advertising. You got to get the word out.
Don't worry. I
got a
got a
plan.
handle on that. I know. I got a plan for that. I won't reveal my plan for that, but I got a plan.